Good morning from Salt Lake City. This is City SC 2009 boys versus Las Vegas Albion. This is an MLS Next fixture, and let's see who's got the ball. Yeah, 180. There we go. I forgot to plug in this. Las Vegas is in white and City SC is in blue. This will be Las Vegas's throw-in. That ball is kept in bounds by white, recovered by blue. Brody now with the ball, approaching the attacking third, throws it over to Jex on the right-hand side. He's inside the box, shoots, and it rolls just past the left post. Jex wanting another early goal after yesterday's goal in the first minute, trying to make another repeat for today. And it is Albion's goal kick. Gabe putting high pressure, and White bringing it up on the right-hand side. Weston gets a toe on it, brought over by Henry, back over to Brody. Brody moving over to the right-hand side. Brody resets back to Jason. Jason taps the ball, to Josh, over to Jason. Jason up the gut, trying to get to Gabe, stopped by White. Weston recovers on the left-hand side and takes a turn up the field, tries to beat his man, gets the ball up to Gabe. Gabe swings the ball back over to Weston on the left, and that ball is tapped out of bounds. It will be blue throw-in. Jason throws the ball down the line, and Gabe keeps it in bounds, but then it rolls out, and it will be White goal kick. Ball kicked over to the right-hand side. White looking to switch the field. They switch it over to the left. Waddy gets ahead on it, but White is going to recover. Waddy maintaining pressure. Ball kept in bounds by White. Gabe putting pressure on now. Henry getting a foot on it. Waddy recovers the ball. Resets it back to Brock. Brock gives it to Bryce. Bryce swings it over to the left-hand side to Jason. Jason takes a heavy touch. White's going to get there first. White now attacking from the right-hand side. Brody gets a toe on it. That ball is kept in bounds by Brody and then cleared out to Sabas. White resets back to their keeper, and he's looking to switch the field. Elects to keep it on the same side on the right. And Brody gets a toe on it, and it rolls out of bounds. It'll be White throw-in. And a heavy touch by White leads to blue throw-in. Jason throws the ball down the line, trying to get it to Henry, not able to get there. The ball is kicked up high by White. and White wins the header ball. Centers it over into the midfield. Wes is able to get a toe on it, dislodges the ball momentarily, but White recovers. Henry dislodges the ball, and White is going to recover in front of their own bench. That ball rolls out of bounds and is called to be blue ball. Jex quickly picks up the ball, throws it into Henry. Henry has some space and gets the ball dispossessed. White recovers at midfield. White resetting to their center backs. Gabe putting pressure on, chasing from behind. And that pass is intercepted by Brock, who boots it up the field. White recovers. Gabe putting pressure on up at the top. Sebas cutting off a passing lane. And that ball will be a throw-in for Blue. Jason is going for most throw-ins by a player this season. He's thrown it in almost every time. And that ball rolls out of bounds. It will be White throw-in. That ball is thrown down the line and it rolls out of bounds, and you guessed it, Jason will be throwing the ball in again. Jason gets the ball to Gabe. Gabe to Brody. Brody taps it back up, trying to get to Henry. Gabe wins the tackle. Gabe now bringing it up the top of the key. Tries to get it. He's got a runner, Jex! And unable to get there in time as the Albion keeper scoops up the ball just before Jex got a toe on it. Brody with the defensive pressure. Sebas cutting off the passing lane. Gabe winning the tackle, gets the ball up, swings it over to Brody on the left-hand side. Brody now approaching the baseline, crosses it over in the center, gets it to Jex, and that ball is called offsides. Albion puts the ball back in play on the right-hand side, and they switch the field over to the left. Brought down by White, recovered by Waddy. Waddy to Josh. Josh over to Brock. Brock with some pressure gets the ball up to Waddy. Waddy approaching midfield, pushes it down the line, trying to get to Gabe. Nice ball. Gabe at the top of the box. Slips and falls, recovers, gets the ball over to Jex, dislodged. White recovers the ball, now in front of their own bench, passing up the left-hand side. Wes gets to the ball first and resets back to Bryce. And Bryce switches things over to the left-hand side, over to Jason. Jason to Sebas, right in front of midfield, gets it over to Brody. Brody approaching midfield. Brody breaks through three players. Brody passes the ball over to the right-hand side to Waddy. Waddy cuts in, beats a player, still with the ball, and that ball is passed down the line to tried to get to Gabe and cleared out by Albion's keeper.
I'll run the deep left field.
That ball was sponsored by United Airlines. Goes out of the park. I'm surprised there's not another ball on the pitch that they can use. Looks like the ball had to be fetched out of the bushes. No ball, they can't find it. So the keeper, Albion keeper, fetches another ball, and it will be White throw-in. Waddy throws the ball in, gets it to Henry. Henry inside the box, and that ball is going to roll out of bounds. It will be White goal kick. White elects to kick the ball short on the right-hand side, approaching outside the box. Gabe putting pressure, gets the ball over, intercepted by Jason. Jason to Sebas. Sebas takes a cut back, goes over into the midfield, pushes it over to Brody. Brody cuts forward, beats a player. Brody gets the ball over to Jex. Jex is inside the box, 1-on-1, and the keeper scoops it up. Ball is dislodged. Jex recovers. Sebas going, skied it. Oh, Sebas. Hungry for his first goal. He wants it, but City SC is keeping the pressure on, maintaining possession, and they are creating scoring chances. White kicks the ball short to the left-hand side, resets back to the keeper. Keeper now switches the field over to the right-hand side. White bringing it up outside the box on the right. Sebas trying to cut off the passing lane. That ball is dislodged by Jason. White recovers. Gabe putting pressure on, forcing the bad pass. White is able to recover. Sebas gets the ball, passes it back to Jason. Jason goes back to Josh. Josh resets back over to Bryce. Bryce swings it over to the right-hand side to Waddy. Waddy to Henry. Henry gets the ball up on the right-hand side to Jex, back over to Henry. That ball gets up to Gabe. Gabe, oh, no foul called. Henry gets a toe on it, and the ball is rolling back to Albion's keeper. Nice touch by Waddy. Ball gets over to Jex. The ball is dislodged, and it is kept in bounds by White. Jex's pressure maintains. He's inside the box, gets it over to Gabe. Gabe lobs it up. It just goes wide right.
Next play, boys!
Probably the third or fourth shot on goal so far for City SC. They are knocking at the door, waiting for it to open. White kicks the ball over to the right-hand side, and then they boot it down the right-hand side. Farther down, that's blocked off by Josh. Chested down by White. Brody immediately on pressure. Henry trying to get there. White elects to reset. Sebas on defense. Albion trying to put something together. They switch it up on the left-hand side. Waddy hunting, trying to get it down. He gets there first. Pushes the ball, and it is kicked out by White. It'll be blue throw-in front of their own bench. Waddy throws it in back over to Brock. Brock on the edge of the box. Brock takes a few touches, gets it over to Waddy. Waddy one touches it to Brody. That pass is intercepted, and a shot, and it goes into the arms of Bryce. Bryce surveys the fields and drop kicks it high into the center. Gabe heads the ball up, brought down by White. Weston getting a toe on the ball. White maintaining possession. White resetting over to the right-hand side. Gabe in hot pursuit. Sebas trying to get a toe on it. No foul called there. West keeping pressure on the ball. Swung over to the left-hand side for White. Brody trying to cut off the passing lane. White still in possession. West gets a toe on the ball, but White shoots, and it goes wide left into Bryce's arms. Bryce rolls it out over to the right-hand side to Waddy. Waddy down the lane, trying to get to Brody. Brody's looking for different options. Jex calling for the ball. Brody elects to pass it back to Waddy. Waddy switches the field over to the left-hand side, over to Jason. Jason one touches it over to Josh. Josh up the middle to Sebas. Sebas back over to Jason. Jason takes a couple of touches, beats his man, gets it over to Sebas. One touch over to Henry. Henry on the left-hand side, cuts back, chooses to go back to Jason. Jason lodges it up over the head of, and a foul, a pushing foul against White. That ball was intended for Gabe, and so this will be an opportunity for City SC to run a set piece at the top of their attacking third. Ball put into play quickly, passed over to Waddy on the right-hand side. Waddy in front of the Las Vegas bench brings the ball up, down the line, keeping it in bounds, and it is kicked out of bounds, and the call is corner kick, the first corner kick for City SC so far this half. And Weston will be taking the kick. Brock staying back as last man of defense in case of a White counterattack. Here's the signal. The kick low. In the box, Henry gets a toe on it. It goes high, wide left. White plays it short to the right-hand side. They put it in the middle. That pass is intercepted by Brody. It's heavy, too heavy of a touch, and White clears the ball out at midfield. It'll be White throw-in. Jason, padding his throwing in stats, gets to throw the ball in again. Throws it into Wes. Wes, not that great of a touch there. White recovers the ball, and they get it up. Brock is going to get there first and touches it back to Bryce. Bryce lodges it high up into midfield. Gabe is able to bring the ball down, gets it over to Brody. Brody puts it over on the right-hand side to Waddy. Waddy bring the forward past midfield, launches it up. Tried to get it to Gabe. White was able to get a head on it. And now Henry blocking off the passing lane, forcing White to pass back. White passes up on the left-hand side. Brock chasing the ball out and make sure it rolls out of bounds. And Waddy will throw the ball in quickly to Brody. Brody, ball dislodged, White recovers. White keeps the ball in the middle, retreats slightly to the defensive line, and they kick it back to their keeper. Keeper switches the field over to the right-hand side. Sabas immediately there trying to cut off the passing lane. White still with the ball. Jason gets a toe on it. Over to Sabas. Sabas entering the box. He's inside. Keith crosses it. And Gabe was there, is blocked. White now recovering the ball. West trying to block it off. White with possession in midfield. Henry gets a toe on it, gets the ball over to West on the left-hand side, now over to Sabas. And Sabas is called offsides. Ball back in play, toe tap back to the keeper. Keeper surveys the pitch and chooses the left-hand side to his left back. Jex immediately there. The ball is recovered by Henry. Henry now with the ball, looking for different options, trying to keep things onside. Gabe gets the ball in the box, and it shoots and is stuffed. It'll be another corner kick for City SC. And it looks like Brody will be taking this kick. Brock staying back and Jason staying back. Brody gives the signal. The kick is up high at the top of the box. Josh gets a head on it and then headed out by White. Beautiful play by City. It will be another corner kick, this time from the other side.
That's a play there.
Sabas taking the kick. Ball up high, far. Unable to get there, and the ball goes, bounces off the pole. Nobody with clear ball. Gabe puts it at the center, it's cleared out by White. White clears it out again. City SC completely unlucky. That ball hit the post at least 3 or 4 times. And so far, White's ball thrown in by Sabas to Jason. Josh recovers that throw in. Weston gets the ball over to Henry. Henry one touches it over to Waddy on the right hand side. Waddy has time, gives the ball to Brody. Brody brings it down. No foul called. Brody still with the ball, approaching midfield, taps it over to Weston. Weston keeps possession of the ball, and a foul called, and it is against White, so it will be a City SC free kick. Josh quickly up to Weston, back to Josh. Josh switches it over to the other side to Waddy. Waddy has space, crosses midfield, switches it over to the middle, tried to get it up to Sabas. White gets a toe on it. White, Sabas putting on the afterburners. That pass is picked up by Josh. Josh to Sabas. Sabas crossing midfield. His pass is intercepted by White. White now in the attacking third. White looking for different options. Jason preventing the pass. Now White in the box. Ball is cleared out by Bryce. Jason cutting off the passing lane there. Nice touch by Sabas. Sabas to Gabe. Gabe still with the ball. Gabe to Sabas. Sabas back. Picks it up by Wes. Wes switches the ball up, trying to get up to Jex at the top of the box, unable to make it. Josh flying through the air, heading that ball, keeping it up at the top. Henry getting a toe on it, and the call is White throwing it midfield. And some substitutes for City SC. Looks like Weston is coming off, and J-Mo is coming on. Sabas is coming off. Gabe is coming off. Nash is coming on, and Caleb is coming on, and Will is coming on. Ball thrown in. White in possession. White now switching the field over to the right-hand side. They have a runner, and the ball is passed back to Bryce from Jason. Bryce over to J-Mo, to Josh. Josh to Caleb. Caleb to Jason. Jason gets the ball up the left-hand field to Will. Will, one-on-one with the player, and is called offsides. And another substitute for City, their second window of the half, and Jason coming off and Tate coming on. Ball put into play, brought down by White. Brock gets a toe on it, gets it up to Brody. Brody to Nash. Nash gets it up to Jex. Jex is cut off by the Albion player. Jex keeping control at the ball at the top of the box, puts it in the center to West. They were not on the same page, and White recovers the ball. White crosses the ball over to the right-hand side. Tate cutting his player off. White getting inside the box, shoots, and is scooped up by Bryce. Bryce to Josh, to Nash. That ball will roll out of bounds, and it will be White throw in the attacking third. White chests the ball down. Tate gets it to it, gets it to Caleb. Caleb over to J-Mo. J-Mo to Brody. Header by Nash, brought down by White. Brody trying to get there. Cuts off the passing lane. Brody still sticking with his man. White switches the ball over to the other player, switching on the left-hand side. White putting together some offense, headed away by Nash. White now still with the ball, about 10 yards back of the 18-yard line. Will comes away with the ball. Will looking for different options, crossing midfield, switches over to midfield to Nash. Nash still with the ball, tries to get it up out of the box to Jex. No collision with the keeper, and is cleared out by Albion, and Caleb is going to recover the ball over to Nash. Nash at the top of the box. He winds up and shoots, and it goes wide right.
On frame, let's go.
And the call was a corner kick. So this will be the third or fourth corner kick of the half. And J-Mo will be taking the kick. Brock, last man of defense, followed by Waddy. Signal given. Here's the kick, up high at the top. No foul. Caleb tried to get a shot off. There is a collision involving Tate, and that ball is going to roll out of bounds. It will be blue throw-in. Waddy. To Caleb. Caleb centers the ball, picked up by White, and that ball is kicked out of bounds. It'll be another blue throw-in. Deep in White territory. This one will be about 18 yards out. Waddy looking for options. Waddy throws the ball to Nash. Nash brings the ball down. Nobody with clear control yet, and towed out by White. It will be another blue throw-in. Waddy throws the ball over to Brody. Brody back to Waddy. Waddy gets the ball up high, trying to get it to Nash. Nash at the top of the box, juggles the ball, trying to get it to Will. It's inside the box and cleared out. J-Mo switches it over to trying to get to Caleb or Tate, but White recovers. That ball is cleared away, brought down by Tate. Tate now takes a couple of touches and elects to kick it back to Josh. Josh switches the field, crosses it over to the right-hand side. And it goes over the head of Jex, and it will roll out of bounds, and it will be Albion goal kick. Albion passes to the right-hand side. City electing to give some space and not pressuring high. Caleb now moving in. Will cutting off the passing lane. Caleb gets a toe on it. Picked up by Nash. Nash sandwiched by two players. White comes out with the ball. Brody puts a high press, gets the ball. He's up at the top of the box, winds up and shoots. And goes just wide left. Ball passed over to the left-hand side, this time for White. Jex maintaining a high press. That ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be White throw-in. Waddy, who is trying to get as many throw-ins as Jason, chooses to throw the ball to Nash down the line. Nash gets a toe on it, puts it up in the center for J-Mo, brought down by a player in White. J-Mo recovers the ball. J-Mo cuts into the center, looking for different options, gets the ball over to Nash. Nash at the top gets it to Brody. Brody dispossessed. And White now on the counterattack. Up the gut, they pass it. It's recovered by Brock. Brock resets over to Bryce. Bryce kicks the ball on the right-hand side, trying to get to Jex, but unable to get there, and it is called White throw-in at midfield. Brody with immediate pressure. Ball intercepted by Jex. Jex now in front of the White bench. Jex now approaching the box. Hit the ball too hard, and the ball is called a goal kick for Albion.
Come on, City!
White kicking the ball to the right-hand side. Passes it wide. If that pass is intercepted by Caleb. Caleb trying to cut the turn in. He's inside the box looking to cross the ball over. He does. He's got Will at the top. Will shanks it to the right. City continually creating chances, knocking at the door. The ball yet to find the back of the net. White kicking it to the left-hand side, brought down, stayed in bounds. Jex immediately there with pressure. That ball rolls out, and it will be White throwing in front of their own bench. White throws the ball down the line. Waddy on defense, gets a toe on it, dislodges the ball, and it'll be another White throw-in. White throws the ball in again. Brody, that pass intercepted by Will. Will to Nash. Nash now approaching the top of the box. Nash passes over to Caleb. Caleb one-on-one, shoots and scores. Caleb with a goal. The score now 1-0. Nash with the assist. Flag stays down, so the goal stands. And they're trying to do some sort of celly. They clearly need to work on their dance moves.
Hey, you're better soccer players than dancers.
Adam blurred that out.
The players are trying to create a TikTok profile or something.
Caleb, nice goal, buddy.
And looks like some substitutions for City and for White. It looks like Jex will be coming off and Zach will be coming on. White kicks off. Will, with the high press, forcing White to cycle amongst the defensive line. Caleb now coming up the defensive line, boosts the ball up high, blocked by Brock. Over to Brody, to Jamo. Jamo passes it to Caleb. Caleb switches the field over to the right-hand side, trying to get to Zach. Zach heads the ball, beautiful ball. Recovered by White, cleared out, and Jamo lets that ball bounce and then kicks it over him. Jamo again recovers the ball on the right-hand side, dislodged. White now bringing it, crossing midfield. Waddy trying to cut off the passing lane. White maintaining possession at midfield. And now White switching it over to the right-hand side. Caleb immediately cutting off the passing lane. White puts it up in the center. Nash gets a toe on it, brought down by Brock. Brock clears it over to the right-hand side, brought down by White, and kicks the ball over the head of Brock, and Bryce will pick it up one-handed and roll it out one-handed to Waddy. Waddy brings it down the line to Brody. Brody, nice turn. Has some time, crosses the ball up over in the center, trying to get to Caleb. Ball lands at Caleb's feet. He decides to let it go to Nash. Nash one-on-one with the keeper, too heavy, and the Albion keeper scoops it up. Ball kicked up high, crosses midfield, headed down by Josh. Caleb chests the ball down, recovered by White, somehow dislodged to Jamo, Jamo to Will, back over to Brody, back over to Will. Will, covered by two players, swings it over to the right-hand side to Waddy. Waddy one touches it back over to Wes, who is called offsides.
The only player who gets called. Sometimes it's hard to remember. He is right behind, so.
That ball headed down by Brock. Nobody with clear control yet. A White player down. Brody emerges with the ball on the right-hand side. Brody stuffed, and the call will be a throw-in. And Waddy elects to throw the ball back to Brock. Brock has time, no pressure. Changes the field over to the left-hand side. Trying to get it over to Tate. Tate takes a cut over, pass moved, and back to Nash. Nash heel toes it to Tate. Tate crosses with Caleb, gets the ball up to Will. Will, no, not offsides, Will crosses it in, trying to get it to Nash, and that ball is cleared out by White.
This way. Yes.
Headed by Josh, brought down by Tate, dislodged. White recovers the ball. No, that's Brody, comes out with the ball, swings it over to the left-hand side. He's got a runner, Caleb. Caleb inside the box. Caleb puts it in the center, looking for something, trying to get to Zach, who's caught flat-footed.
Good job, boys.
White with the ball on the left-hand side. Waddy using his head, heads it over to Zach. Zach to Jamo, back over to Waddy. Waddy launches the ball up, gets the ball to Will. Will takes a touch, gets it over to Zach. Zach crosses into the center to Brody, just behind him. White recovers and clears the ball out as much as they can. Will immediately there. That ball dislodged. White emerging with the ball. And cleared again by White into the center. And Brock past midfield, takes a couple of touches, brings it down the line. Zach gets the ball over to Brody. Brody looking to center it, maintains possession, switches the ball over to Tate. Tate has time, no pressure. Tate one touch left, takes a couple of touches up to the top, approaching the box, winds up, still at the top, shoots, and a diving, blocking pass.
They just kept giving them the base.
He's like freaking out over there. Everybody's just like standing still, just letting him do whatever he wants.
So it will be a corner kick for City SC. J-Mo will be taking the kick. J-Mo. Let's see, last man of defense is Brock. Waddy all the way up, Tate all the way up. City wanting to score. Here's the kick. It's high and deflected off. The call is another corner.
Hey, good practice. Here we go. This one's real.
J-Mo, will he give another signal? No. Ball's up higher, way higher this time, headed down and into the arms of Albion's keeper. The keeper drop kicks it to the left-hand side. Waddy using his head, and that ball will be cleared out by Brock. Brock to Zach. White emerges with the ball. Will gets a toe on it. White still with the ball crossing midfield. Brock gets a toe on there. Waddy emerges with the ball and resets the ball back over to Bryce. Bryce surveys the pitch and switches over to Tate.
Come up. Hey, Caleb.
Tate to Caleb. Caleb, a bit of a heavy touch, but makes up for it, puts it up in the center, trying to get to Zach. Zach, using his feet, still gets there, gets the ball to Brody. Brody now over to Waddy on the right-hand side. Waddy takes a touch inside, gets it back to Brody. Brody puts the ball up at the top to Caleb. He tied to Hoti. Caleb now one-on-one with the keeper, and the diving save by Albion's keeper. Yes. If Albion's keeper was paid by the save, he'd be a rich man. That ball drop kicked up high, brought down by White. Caleb with immediate pressure. Caleb dislodges the ball to pass it back to Tate. Tate gets it to J-Mo. J-Mo back over to Caleb. Caleb looking for options. He puts it down the line to Will. Can he get there? He does, and that ball rolls out of bounds. It should be another corner kick.
Let's go, boys.
Ball played in quickly to J-Mo from Will. J-Mo crosses the ball up high, looking for options. It's too far, and White will pick up the ball on the left-hand side of the box. Waddy is able to block the pass, and it will be White throw-in. White elects to throw the ball back. Zach putting some pressure on. White clears the ball up, and it's going to roll out of bounds in front of the City SC bench.
I feel like he's going to be first to the ball every time.
Waddy throws the ball in, headed away by White, recovered by White. Brock gets a toe on it, dislodges the ball, but White is going to emerge with it. And just as I say that, they head the ball out, and it will be another throw-in. Waddy throws the ball in, trying to get it to J-Mo. Zach gets it instead. Zach back to Waddy. Waddy puts it in the center, looking for Nash. Nash takes a touch up, crosses midfield. Nash looking for different options. Passes the ball over to the left-hand side to Tate. Tate, with time, gets the ball up to Will. Will, one touch over to Nash. Nash at the center, over to J-Mo. J-Mo cycles through, turns around, and passes it back to Tate. Tate, Kreif moves over to the right-hand side, puts it over to Nash. Nash moving forward, gets the ball to Brody. Brody turns, puts it over to Waddy on the far right-hand side. Waddy crosses the ball up high into the box and headed away by an Albion player, and it will be a white throw-in deep in, or blue throw-in deep in white territory. Will throws the ball to Tate. Tate has time, kicks the ball up high, crosses it, and it's going to go out of bounds. Ball put in play on the left-hand side, then crossed over to the right-hand side immediately by White. Caleb looking to block off the passing lane. White approaching midfield. Tate intercepts that pass, gets it up to the middle. White ultimately recovers. Waddy now with the ball in midfield gets it to JMO. JMO turns, gets it over to Nash on the left-hand side. Nash with pressure cuts back in, looking for different options. Puts the ball up to Brody, but Will is up at the top of the box. He's looking for left-handed cross into the arms of the Albion keeper. Will with a nice run and great vision by Nash to see that. Drop kicked down to midfield, headed down by Josh. Josh, his head recovered by Brody. Brody to Waddy. Waddy now puts it up high into the center. Get it to Caleb. Caleb, fancy footwork there, shoots. Holy smokes, what a nice footwork. It just, the execution wasn't what he wanted. He was hoping to make the highlight reel. All right, ball put back into play on the left-hand side. Albion kicks it a little bit too hard for the player, and it'll be blue throw in at midfield. Waddy throws it into JMO. Waddy to JMO again. JMO recycles it back to Josh. Josh looking for different options, pushing the ball over to the left-hand side to Tate. Tate crossing midfield unpressured. Tate passes it to Nash. Nash lobs it up on the left-hand side. White wanting the offsides call, and one is given, yes.
Go, boys.
White plays the ball on the left-hand side over the head of Zach. White recovering the ball at midfield. JMO with the defensive delay, forcing White to play back. Nash and Caleb. Caleb emerges with the ball, hustling down. Can he keep it in bounds? He does. He's looking for different options, working the baseline, approaching inside the box, and that ball is cleared out of bounds and is going to be a City SC corner kick. And oh, no play. The ref had not set the ball. So
I think because he was issuing a yellow.
Yes, the ref was issuing a yellow card to the Albion player, so the play could not start. And so a Las Vegas player issued a yellow card, giving City SC a free kick about a yard or two off the baseline, just outside the box. Nobody's covering Tate. Nash or JMO taking the kick. A three-man wall for White. Nash runs in, gives it to the ball. Diving save by the Albion keeper. Drop kicks the ball. Headed back by Brock, and it will be recovered by Tate. Tate passes the ball up to JMO. JMO to Josh. Oh, and a miscommunication there by City SC, and it'll be White throwing in midfield. White Throws the ball into midfield, recovered by Nash. Nash to Brody. Brody swings it over to the right-hand side to Waddy. Waddy crossing midfield. Waddy gets the ball up to Zach. Zach has had a couple of moves today. Waddy now with the ball. Gets it to Will. Will sliding and jumps over the keeper at the last imaginable second. Vegas throws the ball into the center. JMO with the delay. Brock gets a toe on that ball, recovered by Nash, and then White clears that ball away, and that is halftime. Currently the score 2-0.